everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Frankie-san.
And I'm Mark.
Okay, we're doing something very, very different. Usually we do the shows on Saturdays. By the time you see this, I'll be on the plane to Puerto Rico. So this is a special that's going to be actually premiering on YouTube before it starts repeating on MNN. So, and actually, the date says the 20th, but we're in the studio on the 19th. But it's going to be posted on the 20th. You get the drift. Anyway, by request and by demand, people said, we want to see the actual award. Here it is, 25 years on the air. And this is the award they gave me. I don't know if you can see that because there's a little bit there. Let me get pull this little guy out here because he's part of the movie reviews we're going to do. So this is the actual award. And it says, okay, celebrating 25 years of community media production, Frank Ball 2017. Okay, so don't mind that if this that gets in the way. But the official announcement is we're going into a summer year 30th anniversary. When this show first started, it was actually pre-taped. Thank you. And then we started getting into the phone calls. I made that announcement in the last show. We're going to see what was going to happen with that. I'm taking a break, and then hopefully we'll be back in May for the movie. So all I can say is for now, thanks to all my fellow background actors. They've been hitting the YouTube site, getting a lot of hits. All you guys down there watching Manhattan Neighborhood Network for the past so many years, watching our show and everybody else's show. There was 25 producers that got this award. That's how long, well, the few of us lasted. 25 producers, okay? But we want to thank everybody else for tuning in. Also, I got a lot of hits on my Instagram, which automatically goes to my Twitter and to my Facebook. Okay, all I can say for now is don't forget to go to my blog page. Where's my blog page again? Go to Google, search Videoland Express blog. It takes you right there. Okay, and then within a couple of weeks, you're going to see a lot of things expanding. Actually, it's going to go into a couple months. So when I come back, there'll be another announcement. But for now, what I'm going to do today is, so here's our special. I got 5 movies to review that I managed to catch up with this week. I'm going to do an Oscar special. I'm catching up to a lot of Oscar pictures. And honestly, I would say this, okay? Most of the movies do not deserve Oscar nomination for Best Picture. I picked 2, Dunkirk and 3 Billboards, which I did predict Sam Rockwell in Best Picture. Sam Rockwell's Best Supporting Actor. Frances McDormand for Best Actress and Best Picture. And between critics and Golden Globe Awards, it got the nominations. And it did get the awards. We'll see what happened with Oscar time. And as far as director, well, I want Chris Nolan and Dunkirk to win. If that doesn't win, 3 Billboards, that's Oscars. And that's it. I'll be making my predictions on either on YouTube from Live from Puerto Rico, or I'll be posting it on a blog site. But like I said, a lot of the pictures is mostly about acting. Okay, that's what all these pictures are about. It's all about the acting. As far as an actual Best Picture, Dunkirk and 3 Billboards. That's all I can say. Okay, let's go into reviews now. Who's this little guy here hanging out with over here? Okay, yes, Godzilla came out on Netflix this past Thursday in the middle of January. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know, can you hear that? Hopefully you can hear that. Hopefully I got my pin right. Unless I sound muddled. Hopefully not. Okay, sorry about that. One more time. Let's see. Good for the big guy. Yeah, he's got a little flashing mouth there. $10. Barnes & Noble. Cheap plug for them. But anyway, right off the top, Godzilla Anime from Tokyo. Now, this is totally different from Shin Godzilla. Takes place in the future. Real quick, 4 out of 5. Now, it takes a while for Godzilla to show up. Here's what happens. At the beginning of the picture, you see a Godzilla, but he's like a real tiny little Godzilla all the way in the background. And the evacuee is trying to get off the planet on a shuttle, and Godzilla manages to blow up the shuttle. And a lot of buses are trying to get onto the space shuttle to outer space. But the kid survives. He gets on a giant spaceship, and there's a colony outside, and Godzilla takes over. They decide to come back to Earth because the colony is not working out. Things are going wrong, and the space station's well, no, that's actually, it's in the trailer, believe it or not. That's the reason why they come back and take over the Earth, to find out that Godzilla is bigger than ever. And then it takes about an hour. But the reason it takes an hour, like Godzilla makes a cameo, and then about approximately 55 minutes into the movie, then Godzilla comes back. The reason for it is official. It's going to be a trilogy. So they did this whole huge setup about why the Earthlings came back to Earth to reclaim the planet. And then the last half hour is a big mega fest. There's only one set of creatures They call it Monster Planet, but you only see one set of creatures so far. Apparently, in the trilogy, they're going to cover more. They're like giant flying reptiles, like pterodactyls, sort of like rodents, sort of. They take over some of the action in the first hour, but then Godzilla has to fight. But there's a big twist. Do the Earthlings conquer Godzilla? Do they kill Godzilla? Well, at the end, there's a big plot twist. I definitely recommend it. Now, from Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday premiere, it was. This is playing huge, and this is the main reason I'm saying this. This is going to be the future. They wanted to put the Shin Godzilla in the theaters, and it did okay in America. It did pretty good on DVD. They're trying something else out. Let's do what Will Smith did with Bright. They put Bright on Netflix.
Oh, I caught it.
You finally, what do you think?
It was interesting, but the thing with Will Smith is, for some reason or another, every time he does something, he's like, for me, I consider him like a Nicolas Cage type of actor. Like, no matter what Nicolas Cage is in, I always want to watch it. So it piqued my interest. You have to suspend belief.
Well, it takes place in the future with orcs and elves and fairies. I had a problem with the fairies, but the story
and centaurs and whatever.
Yeah,
they could only show one.
Yeah, that was.
I think they had to cut down the budget.
Yeah, well, what happened was the movie cost $100 million, but instead of spending another $100 million doing advertising and merchandising and marketing and all that nonsense, they put it on Netflix, and within 7 days they got the money back.
Nice.
Okay, and that's the new wave of the future, streaming.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
it, man.
It worked out for Adam Sandler. George Clooney's going to do, last show we mentioned, Catch 22, a miniseries, and Toho decided let's put Godzilla on Netflix, and it's got huge hits.
All right. Yeah, because a lot of, like we were saying before, the theaters were shutting down.
Yeah. There was an article in one of the New York newspapers, and they said that they're going to start closing independent theaters, showing independent little films and stuff like that. And then
I know 2 are shutting down in New York alone.
Right, that was one. I didn't bring
two in Manhattan. One is Sunshine
Theater, right?
Sunshine Theater, I think, and the other one that's going to shut down is going to be the Lincoln Center Theater.
Yeah. That's another one.
Right.
Okay.
Well, too expensive, folks. They wanted you to pay $15 for a ticket for an independent movie, which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's independent. They shouldn't be charging you $15.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, what was it? AMC, what they're going to try out is, depending on the budget of the movie, they'll only charge you $5 and they charge you $15, $20 for the big budget movies. That's one of the ideas that they got.
That makes sense.
But Amazon Video, what they did was they dropped a couple TV shows that were supposed to be independent shows. I forgot what the names are. It was check my blog. There's an article there. And now they're going to go into, forget about independent pictures and independent movies. Now they're going to start making bigger productions, but not mega productions. They're like the $50, $60 million movies. So what happened is these little theaters are disappearing, and you know who's going to be right behind that? The football stadium seating.
Yeah, of course.
Because
no one's really watching sports that much anymore.
Right. Well, also what's happening with what China did. Okay, Jedi opened to bombing all over the theaters. Yeah. Okay, maybe there was 1 or 2 people in a theater, over 100 theaters. So what they did, by the next weekend, they pulled Jedi out of the theaters. And the comedy that opened at #1, they started enlarging that, and that's what's going to happen. Now we're going to go cover a list here of a lot of movies. A lot of it's prequels, sequels, reboots, movies that nobody's asking for. So let me finish these movie reviews that I got done. I saw 5 films this week. Okay, I mentioned Godzilla 4 out of 5. There's a big twist at the end. Commuter, Liam Neeson. Okay, some people had to complain about the ending. I did. You saw the trailer, the train derails. Okay, the movie should have stopped there. It continues another 20 minutes for a plot twist. Now, plot twist was okay, but you really got to check your brain at the door. I mean, there were some spots there, they're kind of stretching a 90-minute movie into longer than they want to be. Wow. But if you like Taken, you like nonstop, and you like him in an action film, you like the film, and there is a very nice twist at the end. You think somebody is going to get away with it, and they don't. And the surprise in their face is pretty good. So the twist was okay, but the movie feels a little bit bloated. Like it should have been like an hour and 10-minute movie stretched out to an hour and 40 minutes. Wow. It could have used a little bit of editing. Yeah. Proud Mary. Yes. Teresa Henson. Yes. As a tradition, Black Soul Cinema. Like Coffee, Foxy Brown, Cleopatra Jones. Of course, Tarantino paid respects to that genre from the 70s by doing Jackie Brown. Remember that, Jackie Brown?
Yes.
So this is probably, it's kind of in that kind of vein and stuff like that. I give that a 3 out of 5. It should have had a little bit more action, but the drama was really nice because she's looking after this kid, trying to take care of this kid, and everybody wants to kill this kid. So she goes against her own organization, which is in the trailer, no spoiler.
So so you're saying she does it for the children?
She does it for the children, okay?
For the children people.
A Commuter, Liam Neeson is doing it for his family, trying to save the family, but to try to blackmail. A 3 out of 5, if I forgot to mention. Okay, next one, Shape Out of Water, a monster movie. I give it 4 out of 5. It's beginning Best Picture. I wouldn't push it that far. I would with Netflix, but I would give it 4 out of 5. Like I said before, it's Beauty and the Beast meets the creature from the Black Lagoon. To give you a scenario, okay? Photography is excellent, though, and so is the directing. But is that your kind of movie? Is that a movie day for your horror fans? Creature feature kind of thing? Yes, I recommend it. A 4 out of 5, but it is a stretch. Okay, and the last one I gotta recommend is getting split reviews. 12 Soldiers, starring Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth, and it's based on a book called Horse Soldiers. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry. I can't even read my notes. By the way, I took a photocopy and I put it on my Instagram. Check it out. You get see if you can recognize my hands, my chicken scratch. I put that up, but I got a lot of hits. Some people are looking. But anyway, that's a little fun joke there. Michael Shannon plays his partner in crime. It's 12 soldiers. The beginning of the war, 9/11, the Twin Towers get knocked down, and they hire this team, 12 soldiers, to go in there, infiltrate Afghanistan, and that leads to the beginning of the war back in, was it 2001, I think?
Yes.
Right, okay. And I live right there, right next to Ground Zero, and I saw that happen. So the movie's very good, but the pacing's a little bit off, only because it does stick to the facts in the book. And basically, they attack a town, to save the town, talking, they gotta look at the map, what's the next plan? Okay, next town, fighting, okay, stop, talk, exposition, next town. It does that for about an hour.
Sounds like a samurai film almost.
Yeah, but it's all based on events. A lot of critics said, oh, it's boring, it's talking. No, it's all based on actual events.
Right.
Okay? And the ending is really good because they go up against some tanks. And it's like, yeah, when you see the trailer, that's all the action. There is action throughout, but there's a lot of talking. Because it's more like a build-up than the grand finale. Now, it's not a Rambo, okay?
Right.
And not Saving Private Ryan. It's more like a documentary from the point of view views of the soldiers and stuff like that. So the critics are really getting it wrong. I give this movie a 4 out of 5. Good way to USA kick ass, yeah.
So what I'm thinking, I'm suggesting this. This is my pitch, right? So whoever is seeing this movie can see this movie, translate it, make it based on a Japanese samurai film, and reshoot it as a Japanese samurai film, and put it out there.
Well, you could say it's almost been done. Seven Samurai.
Yeah, this one you can go do it 12 samurais.
The 12 Samurai.
Yeah, because in 7 Samurais they save one town, so they could reshoot this movie, do it with 12 samurais, and they go from town to town, saving town to town, to win the war, or something.
Well, watch somebody steal your idea. And
go ahead. I would love to see it on Netflix.
Yeah. Okay, and last but not least, The Post. Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep, overrated.
Oh no.
Yeah, I 3 out of 5. Everybody's good. Direction is, but it's the process of making a newspaper and all the business dealings that goes with it and the politics. I went through all that with Watergate and stuff like that. But the movie does lead up to what happens. Well, this is all pre-Watergate. Anybody remembers Watergate? I'll give you a hint without spoiling anything.
I heard something about it.
All the President's Men, a classic film with Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford, because Robert Redford, Al Helga, from, was it Captain America? That Robert Redford. They did a movie called The President's Men about, they caught Nixon cheating. They called it Watergate. Anyway, The Post kind of leads up to the beginning of that film. It's kind of like a twist.
Wow.
Yeah. But the movie itself is kind of like,
I wonder why they didn't hire Robert Redford to play the Tom Hanks role.
He's too old.
Yeah, but he did Captain America. He's probably still good.
And, well, don't forget, he played one of the reporters in All the President's Men.
Yeah, but this time now he can play the major editor.
Well, that was
Just saying if you want it good.
well, that's it. That's
You want it
it.
good, or do you want it?
Well, that's Spielberg's decision. He had to get his buddy Tom Hanks. You know, he's got to cover his
Okay.
buddy. Yeah, you're not missing much. Again, there's nothing wrong with these films. It's just you could wait for Netflix, and it's not we're cheap or anything like that. But you know, one of my fellow actresses, a background actress, and she says, "Oh, Frank, I like to see a movie and take you to dinner. You know, I could take you to a better dinner, like Red Lobster, or to a Denny's, and really splurge, including. And you know what? I save a lot more money than taking you to a movie, and you walk out it's like, oh, that was okay, Frank. That was interesting, and then you know,
You could always do Red Lobster and Netflix.
There you go. And that's why Netflix is going to the roof of the streaming, and that's why
Yeah.
Disney took over Hulu so they can expand on its streaming. So
Yeah,
Disney
plus you don't-
sees the fortune.
Yeah, plus you don't have to yell at a guy who's in front of you playing with his, what do you call it, Facebook social app, for you can say, look at me, I'm watching this movie, duh.
You want to hear something?
What?
This is funny. I never told the story. Okay.
Yeah.
We went to see, well, I won't mention no names. I don't get in trouble.
Right.
Anyway, we went to see The Greatest Showman on Christmas Eve. And we had to go to MC, and we look at a chart where you like to sit. And we went at the last minute. Everything was almost sold out, believe it or not.
Wow.
And Greatest Showman, believe it or not, is still in the top 5. Got to give a plug to Hugh Jackman. Anyway, so this is the screen over here. We sat over in the corner, right? But she says, listen, nobody's sitting in the last 2 seats. Whoever comes in, they can sit there, and let's sit on the aisle seat. We'll be closer to the screen.
Right.
Sure enough, they showed up, and we got pushed into the corner.
Right.
But this girl has the habit of talking to the screen. Oh, no, don't do this. They're going to fine you and stuff like that. And then she goes, Frank, where are you? Are you in this scene? Yeah, I'm right up there in this particular scene.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're talking, and the couple next to us who sat down,
Yes.
apparently grandma, her granddaughter or niece,
Right.
started complaining.
Oh.
Okay, because
was talking.
my guest was talking, and they got really pissed off and said, you know, they got up and said, well, thanks a lot for winning the picture for us. So
You spoiled the ending and told them what was going to happen?
no, we didn't get a chance. They actually walked out. We thought they were going to go to security.
Yes.
And they just
get you beaten up.
No, they just walked right out. They never came
Oh,
back.
okay.
I guess they got the money back. So we actually turned out to be the guilty party. We actually
I
had
don't
killed
buy that.
somebody.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I bet you they just wanted an excuse.
I don't know, but we saw the rest of the picture, you know. But yeah, we were the guilty party. We were the ones making noise, only because she went to see, well, Frank, why are you in this movie? I showed up 2 times in the movie. It was supposed to be 4, but 2 scenes got chopped up. But that's the nature of the beast. So I gotta admit, the hecklers that you get at theater, we were the hecklers that particular night. On Christmas Eve, though, so we had killed somebody. We usually don't do that, folks, okay? But anyway, so let's get to the movies. A special edition. What movies are we looking for 2018. 2017 was basically a letdown. Again, sequels, reboots, even the best pictures. They're forcing all these other pictures saying, oh, this is a great picture. Most of them are not for best picture. Okay? And from what I see here, well, this is what we're going to do. From the top, I'm going to go month. Let's see how far we can get.
Right. Yeah, because we got less than 10 minutes.
Last 10 minutes. Okay, so let's start February. Black Panther. What do you think?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, March. We got Death Wish, Tomb Raider, Pacific Rim 2, Sherlock Gnomes, and
Gnomes, you mean?
Sherlock Gnomes, right?
Oh, gnomes.
Gnomes. Yeah. There's
Wow.
remember the little
Okay.
gnomes, little thing?
Okay.
This is the sequel.
Yes.
And Radio, what? I can't even read my own writing. Ready Player One.
Oh, Ready Player One, Steven Spielberg.
So which of these films you think?
Tomb Raider and Pacific Rim.
Those are your top 2.
Yeah, for that month.
For that month?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Ready Player One. There's there's already some rumor that the picture's uneven. Me, if you're going to go back to the video games from the 80s, Wreck-It Ralph #2, which is going to come out in November. Yeah, so I'll probably go for that myself. For me, Pacific Rim and Sherlock Gnomes, because I like the first one. And it's produced by Sir Elton John. So, which I'm a big Elton fan, of course. April, New Mutants and Rampage.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. New Mutants and Rampage. Yeah, I would see both of them.
Do you see both of them?
Yes.
Rampage, that's about it. Because I played the video game. Love the video game, but...
Yeah. It's so funny how they show the video game's going to be in the movie. That is hysterical. You know, they take out the gorilla, the lizard man, and the werewolf.
Right.
It's hysterical. I saw the trailers already are up.
Yeah, all three of them. Even though I got to
And
admit,
The Rock, right?
And The Rock. Even though I got to admit that he did the Doom.
Yes.
And that I didn't like that at all because it's based on a video
that's the
game.
sad thing. I actually
And
did like
Jumanji,
it.
I didn't get.
It's like it shows up once in a while on one of those TV stations, and I'll sit there and watch it.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw it once.
It's crazy.
Jumanji, believe it or not, is still #1 in the theaters after 5 weeks.
Yeah. BFG, man.
Yeah, and the biggest surprise, like I said before, The Greatest Showman is still in the top 5, and a lot of these movies are coming and going, and these two movies are still in the top 5, hanging after releasing at Christmas. Okay, May. Well, this is two no-brainers. We got The Avengers and Han Solo Star Wars.
Avengers.
Both because I want to see the Millennium Falcon. But guess what other movies are coming out?
They buy it on what do you call it? Legos.
Yeah.
You're going to see Millennium Falcon.
You ever build that? That's a pain in the ass to build.
No, heck no.
Woo!
Forget that.
Man, I bought a little one of the, I forgot which Star Wars. It was one of the little figurines.
Yes.
At a station or something like that.
Right.
And it only is like 45 pieces. If you don't follow the instructions in color coordinated, you could put the wrong pieces together.
Right.
And it's a pain in the ass to take them apart.
Of course.
And once you put them together, you're in the middle of a big project like Millennium Falcon is like 450 pieces. Whoa! I used to build models when I was younger. I like the new models where they're painted and they snap.
That's the best.
That's the best. But this Lego, man, you put the wrong brick in the wrong place, you're screwed.
Oh,
okay, the movie that's opening with that is Star Wars Born, a fourth-time remake.
Of what?
A Star Wars Born. Remember that one was Barbra Streisand?
Yes.
Okay. Had a great song called Evergreen, written by Paul Williams. Remember him? It's Hard to Be Green, The Muppets. Okay. Yes. And, of course, Barbra Streisand. They both won an Oscar for a song Evergreen for the movie Star Wars Born. It was a big hit in the 70s. They're going to do it again. That's the picture that Beyonce wanted to do, but Jay-Z wanted to do the music, and Clint Eastwood said, no, you're going to do my music, not Jay-Z's music. Because
and then they said no, and that was it.
And that was it. So they had Lady Gaga. A lot of people don't realize that if you go to YouTube, put Clint Eastwood jazz, and you see him do interviews of a lot of blues people, a lot of jazz people, because he's a musician himself.
Wow.
What was it, Mystic River? The one with Sean Penn?
Yes.
You killed my daughter. Is that my daughter? You killed my daughter. Well, that film, he actually did the whole soundtrack. So he's an actually pretty good piano player.
Oh, nice.
He's producing Lady Gaga and what's his name again?
Give me a hint. I didn't even see the previews.
Oh, what's his name?
Does it matter?
No. Okay. The movie's going to tank. Anyway,
let's move on.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So Avengers and that Star Wars. Now, June is the big interesting month. Deadpool, The Incredibles #2, Deadpool #2.
Ooh, nice.
J-World, Jurassic World #2. And
not interested.
And Ocean's 8.
Not interested. Sorry.
None?
No. Only the first two.
Incredibles 2 and Deadpool 2.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I'm interested in all four. The only reason for Ocean's 8 because it's a female turn of the George Clooney Ocean's 11 and Ocean 12 and Ocean 13.
I was interested in the first Ocean remake of Ocean's 11.
Yeah, they weren't that big. So I'm kind of curious about this one. It does have an all-female star cast, so it's an angle.
Yeah, but George Clooney did it because he had friends and he wanted to do a movie with his friends.
Well, the original was Rat Pack, yeah.
Right, the original was a Rat Pack. Frank Sinatra had his friends. He wanted to do about his friends.
Right.
George Clooney did too. He had some friends. He wanted to do it in a Friends movie. And this third installment, the third remake, does anyone really know each other? They just decided, let's just make this.
Most of the female cast know each other.
I'm saying, but are they like friends? And they said, oh, let's make it cool. So we're friends.
Two or three of them are really tight.
Okay.
So
let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah, we got less than 4 minutes.
Okay, Incredibles 2. My feelings, they took too long to come out with this because Pixar wanted to do more sequels to Cars.
Right.
And all three of them sucked. I hated it. As far as the franchise, Pixar, they're the worst. Like somebody was asking me, Frank, as far as animated franchise, which is the best? And people say it's Toy Story, right?
Right.
Nope. It is in Minions. Despicable Me is the biggest animated franchise of all time because each film has crossed the $1 billion mark.
Dang.
until Toy Story 4 number came out.
All right.
Well, they got 2 writers. So Toy Story number 4 got the green light this week. They got
All
the
right.
writers, and they're going to come out. But Minions, yes.
Okay.
Papaya.
Next.
Okay, and J-Well, you don't like it.
No, not interested.
Anything with dinosaurs, I'm there.
That's all right.
Also, we got to the end of the summer.
Okay.
Middle July, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Both of them I would watch.
Okay, actually, they're both the same movie.
Yeah, well, I'm going to watch them twice.
Okay.
2 times.
Okay, The Rock is back again for Skyscraper.
Oh, nice. Finally.
You're right. They're finally going to release that. Battle Angel, remember that? That's just the one that James Cameron was trying to push for the longest for a lot of years. Instead, he made Avatar. But Battle Angel he's still, I think, one of the executive producers. MI6 for the 6th time. Tom Cruise. Are we getting tired of that franchise or what?
Well, I'm not going to say anything bad about Tom Cruise.
Okay.
He has too much power.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Mamma Mia, number 2. Mamma Mia. Was anybody asking for this?
Sequel to...
Adios mio. Oh, another sequel.
Oh, well, whatever.
Okay, and August, Equalizer.
Nice. Definitely. Remember when I said they should do a sequel? There you go. That's his franchise.
You got your wish.
Yep,
I didn't like the first one.
Well,
Predator.
we got to see.
Okay. Scarface. Nobody was asking for this.
A sequel to Scarface or a remake of Scarface?
It's a remake of Scarface. I mean, you can't beat Al Pacino.
Yeah, you can't. But
fucking cockroach.
The only way I could see them doing a remake of Scarface is it's an all-female cast. What do you think about that?
Well, talk about an all-female cast. Catherine Zeta-Jones, she plays the cocaine godmother.
Oh,
and the new Netflix. She's in charge.
Finally, man. Finally, some diversity.
Diversity. There you go.
Yeah, a Colombian being played by, what is she, Scottish?
She's Welsh, but she knows how to talk Spanish, though.
Okay, good. Good for her.
Right.
Oh, less than a minute.
And the last one, Jason Statham and Meg Shark. It's called The Meg.
Never heard of it.
Megalon Shark.
Not
This
interested.
was a book that was produced about 10, 15 years ago, and they're finally getting around to making a movie out of this. I hear Shark now, all I can think of is Sharknado.
Yeah.
You know, so that ruined it. We made it to September. There's only one picture in September. Robin Hood.
Didn't ask for it. Don't know.
The last one sucked with
Kevin Costner?
No, that was actually pretty good. The last one with Russell Crowe and Ridley Scott.
Oh, he's awful. But
That was horrendous.
I didn't say it. Okay.
Yeah, that was horrendous.
All right.
Anyway, so what's going to happen when we be back in May?
Yes.
We're going to have some repeats in between. This is going to be a
All right.
special that's going to run in the meantime on YouTube.
We got 5 seconds.
Okay. And let's see.
Say goodbyes.
Actually, that's why we're getting cut off. Everybody, on the blog. We'll see you
Adios.
then. Okay? Thanks, everybody.
Salud.
Salud. I forgot he set it up for 20 minutes. We could have done an extra 2 minutes for YouTube. Drats. Well, okay, so October, November, December. Nothing. Okay, we take our pictures now. Yeah. Hopefully these guys will show up late. Well, we got through most of the list.
Well, that's been recorded.